Hi. So, after Enneagram 4, I thought to finish the part of the heart thread, and I want to proceed with Enneagram 3. This is also for a friend, Ashley, who asked me to proceed with Enneagram 3. So, Enneagram 3. We're talking about children that were appreciated in infancy, of course, that were appreciated for their successes. It means they were appreciated for the results of what they were doing rather than for the persons they were. We're talking about the child that comes home with a homework with a high note, a high mark, and the parent prizes them with a present or something. We're talking about that system. So they learn that they are appreciated according to what they do and how successful they are, and in part also according to the image they project in the world. So they learn to do what makes others praise them. They work very, very, very hard to obtain appreciation and to obtain recognition. And therefore, they tend to project an image, a superficial image of welfare and happiness. We have to think, you got to think like of the American dream, for example. That's the image that the Enneagram 3 is going to try to project in the world. The image of a person that is always happy, the image of a person that is always successful, the image of a person that doesn't ever do anything wrong. Enneagram 3 has a tendency to take failures as partial successes. They do not accept the idea of not being successful in any possible way. They focus on their work, on their job, on their study, on whatever it is that they're good at, because that's where they think that they can excel. It they kind of isolate in this realm. And they create an image that is adapt to what they're doing. Like if someone is good, if an Enneagram 3 is good in music and is going to take being praised for music as their form of success, they're going to turn into the eccentric musician or the the eccentric kind of musician, or anyway the image that better fits in the realm of music, in the genre of music they're making. In this sense, we see either a 3 or a strong 3 and a 3 wing in Lady Gaga, for example. Lady Gaga is a good example of how the 3 mirrors the kind of image that specific realm requires. Their self-esteem is induced, of course, by the recognition of their work. If they do not obtain that recognition, they get in psychological, they enter the psychological negative state. In intimate relationships, which means either in friendship or in love relationship, they tend to display an image of how one should behave in a relationship and say what one should say in a relationship. They are aware that they are actually projecting an image of an empathic person, but that they're actually probably not exactly that kind of person. They express love via action, which means I did this for you to show you that I love you. Like, for example, I saw an Enneagram 3 one once build and like fix and build an ancient box for his daughter and present her with that, because that way she will know that he loves her, and she will keep him in mind in the future. They use this doing things for others and acting for others as a form of control of the other person. And that's quite clear. It's a form of manipulation in a way. And we're talking anyway about unbalanced 3. It's manipulation because I did that for you because I love you, so now please, so now do something for me to show me you love me, or appreciate me for that, because that will tell me that you love me. They easily change their external image, and like we said, they're focalized on work. What happens if they stop and think? When they stop and think, they realize that the image that they project in the external world is only providing them short time relationships. Their relationships are not long-term, and they have a difficulty keeping their friendships and keeping relationships up for an extended period of time. And that's due to the fact that they're only projecting an image of union and they're not actually committing. One thing that truly unbalances a 3 is to realize that the other person sees the clash between their true self and the image that they project in the external world. It can be an excruciating experience for a 3 to realize that. Stress and relaxation. Enneagram 3 stresses when they go towards apathy, meaning that they isolate and they live in their world. The more they do that, the more they will go in the direction of stress, which is 9. How do they integrate? They integrate at 6. 6 is the loyal supporter. So basically, they integrate when they learn how to truly commit to others. Health issues. Enneagram 3 health issues are very, very, very many. It's probably the one Enneagram with more variety, with wider variety of health issues, possible health issues that I crossed in the Enneagram rules. And that's because of the speed pattern. Constantly focusing on work and constantly focusing on success of in any possible form automatically means that this person is working high speed and is constantly in emotion and is constantly in motion. So what health consequences can this have? The thyroid gland, for example, they can have hyperthyroidism, because the thyroid produces hormones that make us go quicker. They can lose voice. They can have moments when their voice is lower. I actually met a 3 girl ages ago. She had times in the year when she actually didn't have voice at all. She was completely lacking voice. She couldn't speak a single vowel for a couple of days every year in March, around March. And there was no way to find out what it was due to. Everything the doctors came up with was that it was a psychological reaction. Actually, if we look at less standard medicine and we look into pranotherapy, we can see that the chakra of when the chakra of the lungs is blocked, we have a tendency to have issues with the breathing ways. And therefore decreasing in volume of the voice or losing voice and stuff like that. And the the chakra theory says that it is because of words unsaid. It can also be to silence us towards something. And in this specific circumstance, biological Enneagram says that it is because the Enneagram 3 feels the urge to silence that vanity. So they lose their voice. The last thing I'm going to mention, because otherwise it would have been too long, is going to be the adrenal gland issues. It's a form of necrosis of the adrenal glands that leads to a decreased production of cortisol, which is a solution that the body finds to counter the thyroid's hyperactivity to slow us down. That's how it works, very roughly. So basically, this is the pattern of Enneagram 3. Success driven in that they are used to being praised according to success. Your Enneagram 3 is going to be the person that tries to buy you with presents rather than showing affection to you. So I think I will stop here for now about Enneagram 3. I hope it helped, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.